The betrayal came not with a declaration of war, but with silence. Earth's distress signals, desperate pleas for assistance, and offers of mutual defense echoed across the galactic channels like prayers to indifferent gods. The Galactic Concord, the so-called unified body of interstellar civilization, heard those pleas, and they chose to ignore them. The Korgan Empire descended on human space like a plague of fire. Their armadas swept through the colonies, vaporizing stations, enslaving survivors, glassing planets. The Concord watched. The Concord did nothing. Worse, they profited. Trade routes with the Korgan expanded. Territories were sold. Human refugees were turned away at Concord borders, left to drift and die in the cold void of space. For a decade, humanity bled. Earth itself was spared, for the Korgan wanted the humans broken, not extinct, a warning to other upstart species who dared to rise too quickly. But in their arrogance, the Korgan and the Concord underestimated one thing. Humans don't forget, and humans don't forgive. The first strikes were surgical, silent. The luxury cruiser of Counselor Icarus, destroyed in dock, atmosphere vented, crew frozen, ship gutted. No survivors. Next, the private estate of Korganheim Marshal Rethag on the supposedly secure moon of Paraxis Prime, reduced to molten slag by a tungsten rod dropped from orbit. They called it terrorism, sabotage, a coincidence, until the Vindicator appeared, a ship not listed in any registry, human in origin, but unlike any human vessel ever seen. Sleek, predatory, black as the void. It carved through Korgan warships with clinical precision. It raided Concord supply lines, destroyed deep space listening posts, and vanished before pursuit ships could lock on. The Concord scrambled. The Korgan raged. But humanity had learned well in its suffering. We built in the shadows. We trained in exile. We forged weapons not for defense, but for vengeance. Captain Maravas stood on the bridge of the Vindicator, eyes locked on the holographic display of the target. Tarsus 7, a major Concord Korgan trade hub. She clenched her fist. "Today," she said, her voice cold as vacuum, "we remind them what betrayal costs." The Vindicator slipped from FDL, cloaked in sensor-scrambling fields. In the shadow of Tarsus VII's orbitals, the ship moved unseen until it struck. Kinetic slugs shredded defense platforms. Plasma torpedoes gutted Korgan freighters. Boarding parties in sleek exo-armor stormed the central control hub, overwhelming security with ruthless efficiency. It wasn't just about killing, it was about making a statement. Every screen, every transmission, every signal on the station echoed with the same message, broadcast in every known language. You watched us burn. You sold us out. Now we're coming for you all. Footage of dead human colonies. Korgan ships glassing cities. Concord diplomats turning away human refugees. And then, images of the Vindicator, human forces armed with cutting-edge tech, striking with surgical brutality. The message was clear: no corner of the galaxy was safe from humanity's reach. In the aftermath, panic gripped the Concord. Alliances strained. Worlds that had cheered humanity's downfall now locked their doors in fear. But it wasn't enough. Mara's orders were clear. It wasn't revenge unless they all paid. The Vindicator wasn't alone. Across the galaxy, ghost fleets, human strike groups built in secret, funded by the shattered remnants of Earth's industries, armed with stolen tech and ruthless purpose, moved into position. One by one, targets fell. The Korgan border world of Zelf Prime, reduced to radioactive ash. The shipyards of Yentrom Major, sabotaged. Starships still under construction detonated in their cradles. Concord intelligence hubs compromised, their secrets laid bare to human operatives. They try to fight back. Korgan fleets deployed. Concord marshals issued arrest warrants. Bounties were placed on human heads. It only made them angrier. The Vindicator intercepted a Concord fleet near the Trashan Rift, 20 ships strong. Mara's crew? One ship. They didn't run. The Vindicator's experimental hull shrugged off mass drivers. Its railguns punched through cruiser armor. Micro-drones sowed chaos among enemy systems. When the last Concord vessel limped away, bleeding atmosphere and begging for mercy, Mara let them go so they could tell the story. Earth itself remained silent. Officially, no declarations, no denials. Governments hidden beneath plausible deniability while their black ops units waged shadow war. But the truth was obvious to anyone paying attention. Humanity had changed. We weren't the naive species begging for inclusion anymore. We were wolves among sheep. The galaxy just hadn't realized yet, but they were learning. Council meetings descended into chaos. Old allies accused one another of collaboration, of weakness, of hiding human fugitives. Trade collapsed. Border tensions flared. And still, the human vengeance machine rolled on. Mara's next target was personal. Vitraxis, a Concord core world, home to the Interstellar Council's judiciary. The same council that voted to deny humanity aid. The same council that watched Earth burn. This wasn't just a raid. This was retribution. Vindicator emerged from FDL inside Vitraxis space, accompanied by 6 smaller strike ships. Their mission: seize the judiciary, capture or execute the ruling council, broadcast their final moments to the entire galaxy. Alarms blared. Defense fleets scrambled. But it was already too late. Years of infiltration paid off. Human agents inside Vitraxis sabotaged planetary defenses. Shield generators overloaded. Anti-orbital batteries shut down. Mara stood on the judiciary's central dais, rifle in hand, surrounded by armored operatives. The counselors cowered, their silk robes and jeweled badges worthless now. "You betrayed us," Mara declared, her voice amplified across every comm channel, every public broadcast on the planet. "You sold us out to save your precious trade deals. You thought we'd die quietly." She raised her weapon. Behind her, footage played of human cities burning, of dead colonies, of Concord ships turning away refugees. "Now you die loudly." The first shot rang out, then another, and another. Across the galaxy, the message was clear. There would be no negotiations, no pleas for peace, no second chances. The Concord made their choice. Humanity made theirs. We're not coming to the table. We're coming for them all.